WWE Monday Night Raw, April 8th, 2013 results. A fantastic show by WWE. I'm going to run through this as fast as I can, y'all. Working on some, not much sleep. We got to get to some news after the show, and then a couple hours of sleep, and do it all over again. Let's just hop into it. Starts out with the new WWE champion John Cena comes up there and talks about his match last night. Says he wants to defend that title. Right here on Raw, Mark Henry comes out there, and Booker T says, "You know what? You can't be making matches by yourself. So this is what we're gonna do. It's gonna be Mark Henry versus John Cena. If Mark Henry wins, he gets to face John Cena for the WWE Championship. That's our main event." We put up reports, everyone else put up reports saying that The Rock no showed WWE tonight. In reality, that he tore his abdominal muscle and got a hernia. We have the report up on the site, that's generationwrestling.com, twitsome.com, prowrestlingunleashed.com, all that good stuff. So you can go read that. It's in the description for those links. Big E Langston defeats Daniel Bryan. A big deal there. Intercontinental title match, which was actually pretty good, but the booking made no sense. Wade Barrett becomes new Intercontinental Champion one night after he lost it from WrestleMania. And my logic, that doesn't make sense. But either way, it was a very entertaining, and they got enough time for this match. Sheamus says that he wants the Big Show. He talks Vicky Guerrero into it. We see Randy Orton and Booker T talking, and he talks Booker T into getting a match with Big Show. Jack Swagger and Zeb Colter comes out there to do a promo about how this country is falling apart with Alberto Del Rio as champion. Alberto Del Rio defeats Jack Swagger and Zeb Colter in a handicap match. And thank you, Jesus. There is a wrestling god. Dolph Ziggler cashes in his money in the brief case, and one of the biggest pops I've ever heard on Raw, which was they had a fantastic crowd tonight. Comes out there, cashes it in, and wins the world championship. This is just awesome. Yeah, new Intercontinental Champion who's getting a pretty good reaction tonight, which no one really cares about that title. But finally, the guy that we want. It's kind of funny. We always wanted Stone Cold Steve Austin to be the world champion back in the Attitude Era, and we finally really wanted Dolph Ziggler to finally be it. He's had the briefcase for over 6 months now. We've wanted him to be world champion. They've teased him to be world champion. He works his ass off every single night. If it's on the match of the nights, every time, and he finally gets it. The Undertaker comes out there and dedicates his WrestleMania 29 victory to Paul Bearer, but the Shield comes out there, gets ready to fight, and all of a sudden, Team Hell No makes a save. So it looks like Taker will be working Extreme Rules. Dolph Ziggler does an interview about winning the title and says it's about time. About damn time, quote unquote, which is very true. R-Truth, Zachary, and Santino Marella defeat 3MB. Skip that. For this match, Sheamus and Randy Orton comes out there and asks the universe who they want to see, face the Big Show. Randy Orton actually won the poll, but Vicky and Booker T came out there and says, you know what? We're gonna do this. Winner of this match gets face the Big Show. So Sheamus versus Randy Orton goes to a no contest after the Big Show came down there and attacked both of them. So it'll end up probably being a triple threat at Extreme Rules. Fandango versus Kingston goes about a minute, and then Chris Jericho comes down there and calls for DQ on Fandango, lays him out. No real common sense for this one, because Jericho will be going on the Fozzy tour. You need Fandango as a push. He went over on Jericho at WrestleMania, just one of the things versus WWE logic, and you really don't understand. Paul Heyman is interviewed, and he says, you know what? Brock Lesnar's ready for a fight. And original plans calls for Lesnar to come out there and lay out the Rock, setting up the WrestleMania 30 match. But of course, the Rock is injured, it's not there. So he says, you know what? CM Punk, he wants to talk. So next week on Raw, he's going to tell us how he feels, which should be an awesome shoot promo. Because him and WWE is having conflicts with creative. So that should be good. Pipe bomb number 2, maybe? Tons of Funk and the Funkadactyls defeat Road Scholars and Belch when they just gave them this match just because they didn't have time at WrestleMania 29 last. Mark Henry versus John Cena. John Cena wins via countout through Henry into the steel steps. And then an awesome, in my opinion, to end Raw. Henry laid out John Cena, which you could see coming, and then Ryback came down there and laid out Mark Henry. Well, he offered John Cena's hand, feel good moment, and all of a sudden, bam, knee hook out of nowhere. Bam, shell shock. And Ryback stands over John Cena with the championship to end the show. I don't think he'll win the title. I think John Cena's going to have a lengthy title reign. But it looks like either they can go with a triple threat, Henry, Ryback, and Cena. But most likely with Henry losing this match, kind of makes common sense. Just have Ryback versus John Cena. There's a cause for it now, and we'll see how it goes next week. What do y'all think about the show? I thought it was fantastic. Definitely an A+ show. Not a lot of stupid matches, wasting time kind of matches. You did have one or two in there, but for the most part, it was a wrestling action-packed show. And coming out of this show, it felt like a WrestleMania season kind of show. But this was a great way to lead into the feuds, and we'll see how it goes. I'm actually excited to see what they do next week's Monday Night Raw. Anyway, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, hit this like button, hit that subscribe button, spread the word, twitzo.com, prowrestling.com. I'm out of here, y'all. WWE Monday Night Raw, April 8th, 2013 results. Dolph Ziggler, World Champion.